The graduation ceremony for the Navy SEALs was in full swing, a moment of immense pride for the toughest soldiers in the world. But amidst the celebration, a sudden, shocking accusation cut through the air. A high-ranking officer, his face a mask of fury, pointed a finger at a woman named Jessica. He accused her of being a spy, claiming she had leaked top-secret military intelligence. The entire room fell silent. 301 elite SEALs, men who had faced down every imaginable danger, now stared in disbelief. Their eyes, once filled with respect for their peer, were now clouded with suspicion and betrayal. Jessica stood frozen, the officer's words echoing in her ears. A spy. It was absurd. She had dedicated her life to her country, pushing her body and mind to limits most couldn't even fathom. She had bled, sweated, and sacrificed alongside these very men. To be accused of treason in front of everyone she respected was a blow more devastating than any physical attack. Her mind raced, trying to make sense of the chaos. How could this be happening? Who was behind this? And why were they trying to destroy her career and her life on this, the most important day of her career? The weight of 301 pairs of eyes felt crushing. The accuser, a man named Commander Evans, smirked. He had planned this moment perfectly. He presented what he called irrefutable evidence, a series of forged documents and doctored communications that seemingly implicated Jessica in a massive intelligence leak. To the untrained eye, it looked convincing. He painted a picture of a cunning traitor who had used her position to compromise national security. The tension in the room was thick enough to cut with a knife. The SEALs, trained to trust their chain of command, looked back and forth between the decorated commander and the woman they thought they knew. Doubt was a poison, and it was spreading fast. But Jessica wasn't just any soldier. She was a Navy SEAL, and SEALs don't break. Taking a deep breath, she steadied herself. Panic was a luxury she couldn't afford. She met Commander Evans's gaze, her own eyes clear and defiant. She knew she was innocent, but she also knew that simply saying so wouldn't be enough. She had to prove it. Her training kicked in, not the combat training, but the analytical and strategic skills that were just as crucial. She began to dissect the commander's accusations, looking for the flaws, the inconsistencies, the single thread that would unravel his entire web of lies. With all due respect, Commander, she began, her voice steady and firm. Your evidence is flawed. She started with the first document, pointing out a subtle anachronism in the digital timestamp, a detail so small only a true expert would notice. She explained that the encryption protocol mentioned in one of the emails was uneven implemented until a week after the message was supposedly sent. One by one, she dismantled his proof, using her deep knowledge of cybersecurity and intelligence protocols. She wasn't just defending herself. She was giving a masterclass in counter-espionage. The room of elite warriors watched, captivated. The whispers of doubt began to shift, no longer directed at her, but at the commander. The SEALs were experts in reading people, in sensing deception. And as Jessica spoke, they saw the truth. They saw the calm confidence of an innocent person under fire. In contrast, they saw Commander Evans begin to sweat. His smug certainty was cracking, replaced by a desperate, cornered look. The tables were turning, right before their eyes. The men exchanged glances. They had been trained to spot a lie, and the biggest lie in the room wasn't coming from Jessica. They were witnessing a real-time tactical takedown, not with weapons, but with intellect and integrity. Jessica then delivered the final blow. She projected a data log onto the main screen, one she had personally backed up from her own secure server as part of her routine security checks. It showed the true origin of the leaked data. It didn't come from her terminal. Instead, the digital trail led directly, irrefutably, back to a single IP address, one registered to Commander Evans's personal office. A collective gasp went through the audience. The traitor wasn't the woman being accused, but the man pointing the finger. He had tried to frame her to cover his own treasonous acts, underestimating her completely. Commander Evans stood exposed, his plot in ruins. He had counted on his authority and the shock of his accusation to railroad Jessica. He never imagined she could deconstruct his entire conspiracy in a matter of seconds, in front of the most elite unit in the military. As military police moved in to apprehend him, the room erupted. But this time it wasn't with suspicion, it was with thunderous applause. The 301 Navy SEALs, one by one, rose to their feet. They weren't just applauding a colleague. They were saluting a warrior who had just won a different kind of battle. The admiral in charge of the SEALs stepped forward, his face etched with grim respect. He publicly apologized to Jessica, acknowledging the grave injustice she had faced. He declared that her actions had not only cleared her name, but had also exposed a dangerous threat from within. Her quick thinking and unwavering resolve had protected the integrity of the entire SEAL community. In that moment, she wasn't just a graduate. She was a hero who had proven her loyalty under the most extreme pressure imaginable. She had faced down betrayal and emerged stronger, her honor not just intact, but shining brighter than ever. Jessica's story became a legend within the SEALs, a cautionary tale about underestimating your opponent and a powerful example of integrity. Tay Kajeda, the strategist. She had demonstrated that the sharpest weapon in any arsenal is the mind. She proved that true strength isn't just about physical power, but about the courage to stand for the truth, even when you're standing alone, and on a day that began with a false accusation. She ended it with the unwavering respect of 301 of the world's most elite soldiers. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible stories.